was the summer of 2012. I was 12 years old. Life was good. Social media hadn't taken over the world yet, and kids still knew how to be kids. It was July, my birthday month. My birthday had just passed a few days earlier. I vividly remember that, because when I had a couple of friends over, we ate some of the leftover ice cream cake in the yard. My family wasn't home. It was a sunny day, and I was allowed to have my friends, Kyle and Zuck, over. When home alone, I was supposed to not leave the property, but I could have my friends over as long as we hung out in the house or the backyard. We grew up in a basic Westchester, New York suburban neighborhood. Zuck and Kyle both rode their bikes to my house. It was so nice out that instead of playing video games inside, we played sports in the backyard. Our family home had a super big backyard, perfect for games like baseball and soccer. Today, we were play wrestling, mimicking the WWE, taking on roles of actual wrestlers, using their specific moves and fighting styles. Now, the backyard has a unique shape. It has an awning right by the back door, with a bunch of patio furniture underneath. Then, 2 steps down to the grass area, while we were playing, I looked up. I looked up at one of the upstairs bedroom windows, and despite the glare on the glass from the sun, I saw someone standing at the window. It was my parents' bedroom, looking right out to the yard. Remember, my family wasn't meant to be home. When I yelled, "Time out," and pointed up at the window, they walked away. My friends didn't see it in time. I told them, "Someone's upstairs." I hurried toward the back door, telling my friends, "I'm just checking who's home." I went inside and called out my older sister's name, then my mom and dad. From downstairs, no one answered. So I went to the stairway and called up again. Silence, no answer. But then I heard creaking, all the way from upstairs. Someone was home, but I knew no one was supposed to be. I went to the landline phone in the office and called my mom. No response. I called my dad. No response. I tried both phones again and failed again. I didn't even know my sister's cell phone number. Maybe my parents got home and set their phones down somewhere. I went upstairs to the main floor by the front door to look out the front window, and sure enough, neither of my parents' cars were in the driveway. The last person it could be was my sister. But why would she be in my parents' room? I called out my sister's name to the upstairs floor. I heard footsteps once again, this time more clearly. They came from right upstairs, just around the wall. I said my sister's name one more time. I looked up the stairs, and I saw something at the top. There was a bare foot protruding out from behind the wall, ever so slightly, pointing towards the stairs. It looked like a man's foot. Whoever it was hiding upstairs, just around the corner. It wasn't anyone in my family. I walked down the stairs back to the den without making it obvious I was running. Then I ran full speed for the office phone. I ran outside to my friends, frantically telling them about the intruder while calling my mom and dad's numbers over and over. Finally, my mom picked up, sounding annoyed that I kept calling. But her annoyance was short-lived after I told her someone was in the house. She asked why I was calling her and not the police, and told me to hang up immediately and call 911. As I did, Zook said, "Yo, look." He pointed at one of the upstairs rooms. This time, it was my room. At the window was a person. Once again, no distinguishable features because of the sun glare. Only a second after I looked, they walked away from the window again. This entirely confirmed the nightmarish situation. I called 911, the first and only time in my life I've ever had to do that. I nervously told them about the intruder. The operator told me to wait outside with my friends and that a car was being sent immediately. A few minutes later, bang! A loud bang hit the backyard gate. The person announced himself as a police officer and came out back. I frantically told him, "Go inside, the intruder is upstairs somewhere." He hurried inside with his partner. Minutes passed, and then they came back outside with a man handcuffed. Not just a normal-looking man. This man looked disheveled and high. He was half naked. He looked wobbly, unstable, and dangerous. He was slurring profanities at the cops the entire time. I called my mom again to tell her and put her on the phone with one of the officers. Later I went inside to check what was stolen. Drawers in every bedroom had been rummaged through, but thankfully nothing outwardly appeared to be taken. As for how he got inside, it simply came down to an unlocked door. Still, to experience a complete stranger breaking into your house is something you think you only hear about in stories and on the news, not actually in real life, and it was downright horrific.